Hey guys, it is Amy the Relocated Tourist coming to you live once again from my office. It is February 24th, 2020, and actually it is the last day of Festival of the Arts. I'm gonna head in Epcot tomorrow, and I thought, hey, I'll catch the last day. No, it's today. I missed it. I did get in quite a bit. It's one of their shorter festivals. I think this one only runs about 5 weeks long. And then we're already getting prepared for March 4th drops Flower and Garden Festival, and also Mickey's Railway Train Ride over at Studios. That's opening day for that as well. So we're gonna have this kind of little lull in here, and then boom, the next new thing here at Disney. Today is Moving Mondays on the Relocated Tourist, and what is that? Basically, I try to go over the pros and cons of life here, the logistics, the good stuff, the bad stuff. What is it really like living here, moving here, the stress, the fun, the joy, the not so fun, all the good stuff. So, sorry, I'm a little rattled right now. I've had a bit of a rough weekend. So I had a beautiful day at the Ren Fair on Sunday over at Tampa Bay. If you've never done it, please go do it. I suggest doing it. And then I got home and I had don't know how to say it, the unfortunate email from a family member saying that I had a family member pass away. So I'm just kind of going through all those emotions, but I didn't want to give up on my Moving Mondays today, so here we are. So they say put yourself into your work, and you can kind of get through that grief. So that is what I'm doing today. I had started another one that was going actually very well, and the fun part of living in Florida is some people, and it's probably around the world, if not around the US as well, but especially in Florida, you've got the people that like to just crank their music up to no end and don't care who lives where, and it was so loud I couldn't continue my video. So here we are, take number 4 or 5, because I'm just so angry right now. The show must go on, right? So today I would like to talk to you guys about the DMV, how to get your license, how to get your license plates. Now, obviously you guys can go online and find a lot of this stuff out. I just thought I'd kind of pretty it up here in the video because it can get very overwhelming. I would say that was one of the few things that we could get a hold of quite tightly, if that makes sense, from Wisconsin, because we read up on so much before we left. Oh my gosh, that Wisconsin accent just so much, you know? Anyway, my family were just talking about our Wisconsin accents, how they like peak out occasionally. We've been out here for a while enough that you think they kind of fade out, but no, they kind of seep right in a little bit. So anyway, what I want to talk about, let's start with what happened when we got here. In 2011, we were living in Osceola County, so obviously it's very important to know your county and then go from there. The minute you've got your address, figure out the county, and then make your appointments. So let's lead to that. So we made an appointment to go get our licenses done, and that was just licenses. We didn't worry about the license plates thing. The license plates, it's kind of one of those things where in Wisconsin, if you're driving around with Florida plates, you just stick out like a sore thumb. Like you can just, everyone knows you're either visiting or whatever, but you just stick out, and they're constantly looking at license plates, and it's just more obvious that you could possibly get pulled over because of your plates. That being said, here, there's so many different states visiting tourists, all that you just kind of blend into it. So the urgency, as much as you should be getting it done as soon as you get here, is not as big as it really has to be. I can't even tell you, I don't remember when we got our license plate done eventually, but we took a while on it. Our licenses were the first thing we wanted to get done, and I'll tell you why. Obviously that's your proof of address. You want all that done to get all the Florida stuff done, but definitely if you want that Disney annual pass, SeaWorld annual pass, Universal annual pass, you need that license. You can also do it with your annual pass. You can also bring proof of residency, but it's just easier to get all that done. You're gonna need all that stuff anyway when you get your license. Just go get your license done first. So in order to get your license, you need an appointment here in Florida, and that kind of runs the gamut of every single county here. If you're in another county and you know differently, please leave it in the comments. So to get your license, you need, this is off their site, proof of identity, proof of social security number, proof of residential address, and proof of completion of a traffic law and substance abuse education course or license from another state, county, or jurisdiction. Basically meaning if you had a license from another area, please bring it with you, and so you have it, you know, they can see it. It's part of the whole thing. Now, Craig and I, so we both needed our real birth certificates, no copies. So let me be clear, no copies. That is anyway with Osceola County. Now we are in Polk County, and we don't need to redo the whole license thing anymore. In fact, when we moved back to Wisconsin for that very brief year, if barely a year, we never flipped licenses back to Wisconsin, back to Florida, because we just never had gotten to it yet in Wisconsin. So that was the nice thing of coming back here. We just already had the Florida licenses and the plates. So we're like, okay, we don't have to go through all that again. You have to have that. And women, you need your proof of your maiden name, which means you need your birth certificate as well as your marriage certificate. And that's the legit one. What I mean, original. You cannot bring a copy. So just keep that in mind when you are, wherever you are coming from, and or if you live where you were born, whatever. Most things, we all know this, right? As adults, we need all that stuff, social security card, whatever. They get lost, things get, you think it's in a safe or you think it's in wherever, and then you go and you can't find it. And especially when you're moving, my biggest tip, you've got to have that one a golden folder that nobody loses sight of, meaning all your important paperwork is in that folder. That is crucial to have going forward, because you just have it, because here's what happens. Like when we moved, whether it was with the pods, whether it was with our own truck, whether it was on vehicles, whatever happens, everybody just kind of jumbles things together in cars and whatever. And what do you have normally all the time with you? You have your money, you know, you have your purse, you have your whatever, your husband has his wallet, you know, the kids have, everyone has their iPhones. But usually all that information, that important information, that's the thing that should be just as important as that cell phone and your wallet. Because there's nothing worse than moving and that's buried somewhere. You know, whether someone accidentally left it in the pod doesn't come for a week. Or it's in the moving truck and somehow it got turned over the folder itself and it's everywhere, and now your important documents. Keep it on you at all times. Make sure it's in your vehicle at all times. If you're flying, keep it in your bag. I know people say don't walk around with that stuff, but I would rather have it on me than put it in a moving vehicle or in a pod or something else where it could be stolen or whatever else, and you're just going to need it the minute you get here. With whether it's a landlord, whether you bought a house, you're gonna need all that important information, so keep it all on you. So right now, as it still stands, it is still, I looked up the fee, and to register your car, it's a one-time fee in Florida. Each vehicle, $225. Yes, moving to Florida is not cheap. So keep that in mind. That is a one-time fee, and then going forward, the years that you stay here, it is about $35, $40 to register, to renew your registration every year. And they do give you the option here to register for 1 year, or you can go 2 years out. I do love here that you can also, once you have your license and once you have your license plates, you can renew your stickers online, and you can renew your license online by going and if you need to change address, all this stuff, they have made it really nice for you to go do that online, so you don't have to go and stand in those god-awful lines forever. And it's less stress on you to just sit here at your laptop and be like, let me get it done, and then I'm gonna go, you know, have a latte, versus standing in that line and people are just crabby. We just all know this, right? So I think I mentioned it, not sure, because of how many takes I've done of this video. So we don't call them Department of Motor Vehicles here in Florida. They are called the Tax Collector Office. Again, I still think that's funny. I think it sounds more like something biblical, the tax collector, but that is what they call them there. So if you're doing a Google search and you're like, where's the Florida DMV? It will lead you to that, but just so you know, that's what they call them here. Like I said, there's a lot you can do online, but all the kind of the base work, which is getting your first license plate, registering your car, if your kids need to take their driver's test or get their license here, So how Florida works is that if you're over 18, you basically have to pass the driver's test online, and that's it. And that's how you get your license. Then you go and, I don't know if they do a driver's test or not. Yes, they do. They still do the driver's test, but there's like a simple test you do online. So for kids, you know, before they turn 18, you know, a lot of them have like that. I had like a 6-week course. I don't know if Craig did. Some schools in actually Wisconsin taught how to drive. It was part of your whole curriculum, which was awesome. My school didn't. I had private lessons, but that is unnecessary after 18. Basically, they say, you know, learn what a stop sign is and traffic lights and all that good stuff. Do the simple test online, and then you take a driver's test over at whatever county tax collector office that provides it. Here's the thing though. The reason why I think Florida has horrendous drivers is because for Wisconsin, they took me on the highway for my driver's test. I had to park on a hill. I had to parallel park on a hill. I mean, I went through the whole kit and caboodle. There was no like, I wonder if I'll go through this. No, I went through all of it. I mean, I went at one point during my driver's test, I was supposed to put my blinker on and I put my windshield wipers on. That's how nervous I was. I did pass though, first time. I was pretty proud of that, barely, but I passed. That being said, here, when Kier took her driver's test here years ago, it was a track around the back of the DMV. They don't take you on. Now, I understand this now living here for so long, that the chaos of the roads here is terrifying for new drivers. But that being said, that's exactly why they should be teaching the kids on 192, on I-4, on 27, on OBT, on Osceola Parkway. You should take them on all the major roads, because they're gonna have to deal with the tourists. They're gonna have to deal with people breaking out of nowhere. They're gonna have to deal with all that. It's not the norm here like it is in a city, in normal cities or normal, you know, quieter cities, let's say like Appleton, Wisconsin. So that is something that you have to think about when you're doing a driver's test here. So if they're going to do something like that, where it's a course that's behind the actual DMV itself, they're not going to take them anywhere else, then what I suggest you do as parents, as mentors, whoever is going to help teach your child, take them yourself. Go take them on I-4. I'm serious. Take them on 192. Take them on Disney property if that's something that they really are interested in, like maybe working. Have them drive in World Drive, but let them get the whole gist of how you really have to be playing defense and offense when you drive in Florida. You just do. You have to anticipate people. I don't know how many times I know that lane is ending, and you still have the people that will ride it not all the way down, but they still make it look like there's still a lane going. I'm like, I don't know where you're going. Where are you going? So just keep that in mind. Just, you know, honestly, show the rules of the road to your kids here. Because if it's just a course in the back, I really don't understand. And it's funny, when I think about it, I've barely ever seen any type of cars that say student driver, and we saw those all the time in Wisconsin. So really look up the whole system on how they do it. Again, that might be another reason why you have to really be careful of the county you live in, because that's what you're stuck with something like that. You might be able to drive somewhere else in a different county to get that, but I would definitely look that up. I'm not sure if that's even possible. To get an appointment, I did look it up too. What warrants you have to have an appointment for. Don't go in the front door expecting. So for the front door, you have to, for the appointment, you have to, for that includes identification, driver's license, commercial driver license, reinstatements, written exams, and road tests. So keep that in mind. Everything else, as far as like the logistical stuff, so the license plates is another thing. Again, you can go, and we did that. We just, you know, you took a number, you sat down, they called you back, they asked you, do you want it for a year, 2 years? You get the stickers. Now, I will tell you, we had a situation last year where Craig ordered stickers and they never showed up. Here's the problem. They're going to tell you that, well, it's not our problem. We sent out the stickers, and we're telling them we didn't get the stickers. So we have proof we paid them, but we have no proof that they got lost, and we're looking for an extra set of stickers, which we weren't. So we lost money on that. So be careful of how much you want to do online. Now we go right, I mean, literally the tax collector office is around the corner. Unfortunately, it's on 27, which is, you know, the just crazy road. But for just for your sanity's sake, just go in and get your stickers. At least you have them in your hand and you can put them on your plate right away. Online when we did it and we were kind of reaching that, we're really close. Oh, by the way, the dates of the stickers are by your birthday, whoever's on the title. So both the car and our SUV, they're both in Craig's name. So the, I believe so. I know the SUV shirt and maybe the car, I think is in both of our names, so could it be me? But it's June and September is the, they renew it by your birthday. And I think it's by the birthday, not the end of the month. We just kind of do it by the end of the month. I don't think anybody's standing at the end of my driveway being like, my birthday, and they're like, oh, but it's the next day, you didn't do it. We usually try to get ahead of that in like the first of the month when it's going to be affected. And if you do it online and you think you're too close to that date, just put the paperwork in your car and just have it ready in case, just in case you get pulled over. You can at least say, they should see it on their end anywhere in their computer, but at least you have the written proof or printed proof from the website that, hey, I did do my stickers, I've done everything I can, I'm just waiting on the stickers to come in the mail. We also had another situation at the Osceola tax collector's office in 2011 where we were all excited and I get my picture taken and I'm all giddy because now I'm like officially a Florida resident and like I'm just beaming, and we walk out and I realize that they spelled Peterman with one N. Now that might not be a big deal to some people, but as this world is going crazy with identity thefts and all that, I don't even want to even try if I'm signing it two ends on everything and bank stuff and just all that kind of nightmare. I'm just picturing all the nightmares that it could create. So we had to walk back in and tell them, no, you guys left off an N. It was on them. So we didn't have to wait long. They just reissued a new one. They added the picture already. They added the N, but check your license before walking out, because sometimes the only thing you want to do when you get out of that DMV is just run to your car and get the heck out of there, because it's just a nightmare there. So we had 2 armed guards there. I don't know if they're police officers or just security guards standing at the front desk of the Osceola County one. Now the Polk County is a little more laid back. I believe they have 1 armed guard there, but people, you know, people are just very worked up because they forgot something, or, you know, things like I said, when you have to have original birth certificates and you have to make sure you have a social security card, those are givens for most people. They know that they're going to need that stuff. But for somebody maybe that had a rush to move, or they had to get out of a bad situation or whatever, and they don't have all that stuff, that's just incredibly stressful. And so tensions are very high. If you've ever noticed that, your local DMV or tax collector office, they're just as bad here in Florida. Just do your homework and go onto your county's website and make sure you have everything ready to go, have that folder ready to go, know ahead of time. I just don't want you to have that sticker shock, because $225, that's what it is, right? To register your 1 car, let's say your family, you have a full family bringing 3 or 4. Okay, you're talking under $1,000, close to $1,000 now at this point. That's a lot of money. So keep that in mind. On top of the licenses that now have to be, I believe licenses are like $30 to $40 also to get. They're not there that much. So it's stuff like that. And I mean, going along that same line of all those first time costs, you also remember the first time costs of becoming, if you want to be an annual pass holder. I had many friends who moved here and they had to wait months, which is practically torture here when you moved here to go enjoy the parks, and you had to put so much down on your vehicle and get all that done first that you realize, oh, I have no money to put down on a Disney pass right now. And they ask for, I believe Universal's about $180 down, and then it's cheap per month. Disney's the same way. You got to pay the big bucks first, and then they kind of spread it out over a year, the rest of the payments. So like right now I pay, I believe $67 for myself for an annual pass, and I'm the level, I think it's premium. I'm under I don't have like the Disney World Disneyland pass, but I'm just under that one. And I don't have the water parks one. So I'm above the gold, I believe. The rest of the family has gold, and then Kira gets in for free because she works for Disney. So, I mean, but those startup costs are very expensive, and DMV and all that doesn't help. It does help that the renewal rate, like I said, is only $35 to $40 a month on your stickers. on your license plates. That is a nice thing. Like I said, it follows your birthday month, so keep that in mind. That's another thing. Here's a tip. So I mean, if you move here and your birthday's in July and you move here in June, well, boom, that works out great. But if you just paid for back wherever you're coming from and your birthday was last month and now, you know, it's you have a whole nother 11 months, like just wait it out. I like I said, it's, you know, there's going to be laws and rules with that, but honestly, I don't think I've yet to hear anyone who got pulled over because of having, you know, having their stickers laid from there. I feel like if you're registered in one state and you paid for those for the year, well then let them go that long. I know people are going to argue that, but I feel like if your birthday's so close, you know, then just wait until your birthday here and then do it, because it's not fair if you get here in June, your birthday is in August. What's going to happen is you register those plates in June, you only get 60 days out of what you just paid. That's it. And then they're gonna nick you again from August to your next birth, you know, for August to August. So just think that out. Think it all out, lay it all out. Do your homework, just do your homework. I've never, the like truck licenses and all that, I can't help you with. I don't know that. That is definitely website stuff. Go look that up. But logistically, I just want to talk about what license plates cost, what your license will cost, and just to get over that sticker shock so that that's in your budget, so that it's just part of your moving budget, you know, just as much as a moving truck and everything else. Put those DMV fees on there, or tax collector fees on there, just so you're prepared. I hope this helps. I hope you are having a better Monday than I am. You know, life is life, and you know, this helped to kind of just get out of that head for a while. And this is dedicated to Rolly and Betty Falk. They're amazing people. They were like another set of grandparents I had. They were my great aunt and uncle, and beautiful souls. But I am very happy to know that they are together in heaven, hopefully dancing right now. And I look forward to seeing them again. So thank you all for joining me today. I hope this helps those of you who are moving here. I haven't figured out next week's topic yet, but just watch on Facebook. You can check me out, relocatetourist.com. That's the blog that talks about all of this stuff in detail. There are over 500 to 600 posts there about everything that we went through about moving. I will do a Moving Monday about pods. We had a lot of drama with pods, a lot of, I can't go into it now because it'll take too long, but watch for that, because that is one big drama-filled pods. Yeah, no love for them at all. So check that out, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.